Hello, I'm Rowdy, and I'm about to do an interview with Chris. Don't know him, just met him. Seems cool. He's gonna ask me some questions.
Let's do this, brother.
And I'm okay with that. So yeah, let's do it.
What's it like to be born like you?
Well, the thing is, like, I can't compare that to anything. All I know is this.
Most people act surprised when you tell them you can drive.
Actually, yes. And I'm wondering if that's actually affected my dating game. Like, a girl don't want to talk to me just because it's like she didn't even think I could drive. But I've actually dated a couple of girls that assumed that. And I let them believe that, and they just ended up driving me around, which is pretty badass. So it was pretty cool. This is where a height disadvantage kind of comes into play, because, you know, if I ever do go to the wrong places to meet chicks, like a bar or something, I mean, unless I'm sitting in a booth or a chair or something, it's like I can't just like be noticed by anybody walking around. But I don't know. I mean, here's what I came to the conclusion a long time ago is, when it comes to dating, I mean, I only want a girl that would like me for me. Like, she likes what she sees, that's great, and that's all that really matters. So, and I mean, I'm gonna run into a lot of people that are just like, oh God, you know, I mean, I'm not gonna date him, he can't mow the lawn or do chores or whatever, which I can, but you know, people think that. But you know, so whatever. But in my opinion, that's just weeding out the bitches. I forget what we were doing or what was going on, but I was worried about making an impression, and my friends like I was worried about shirt or hair. I was worried about something, I don't know. But my friend's like, dude, the only thing they're gonna notice is the fact that you're running around your hands. That's all they're gonna notice. I mean, as sick as that sounds, he's kind of right. So I mean, I don't know.
Do you mind that that's what people pay attention to?
I mean, no. I mean, like, if I cared about that, geez, I would definitely never leave the house.
How would you describe the way you get around?
That was always just me, but you know, people, like I said, they see what they see. Sometimes people see just a guy with no legs running around. Sometimes they see like a hero or inspiration or whatever.
What do you think when they look at you like that?
You know, if it helps them, whatever. That's great. I got the spinner knob so I can steer with one hand, and then this lever controls both the gas and the brake. And they won't let me drive a stick shift. It says so on my license. I actually had somebody come to me, and for like 10 minutes I had to explain to him that I was not doing a magic trick. He thought that I was somehow making my legs bend backwards or somewhere, making them disappear. It's like...
Do you approach that with humor, or do you get pissed off?
No, I would never get pissed off. I definitely approach it with humor. Well, let me ask you this. You know, you asked me about like the world and things like that. Like, what are some of the perspectives you've gotten from people? Like when you interview, I guess, folks like me, like, do they seem more positive, or do they seem like, ugh, life sucks? Well,
know? It's interesting is I've found that the mentalities and attitudes isn't really influenced by the condition. So if you meet somebody who you would consider typical, you know, 60% might be happy, 40% might be miserable. Same is true with individuals who I've met who've had a condition. So it doesn't really affect your mentality.
That is the greatest answer ever, because the thing is a lot of people, because I'm going to be honest, like I've been, you know, down in the dumps, depressed before, things like that. I mean, I've been like so depressed, like I've been sleeping like 15 hours a day and things like that. But, you know, people might assume like, oh, he's probably depressed because he has no legs. I mean, obviously it sucks, but no, that's actually not at all. In fact, I kind of like me. There's always a reason to complain, and you just got to remember that. I mean, there's always a reason to complain. So basically what that means is there is no reason to complain, because there's always something to complain about. I mean, if you look for it, so all you can do is not worry. I mean, life's too short to be pissed off all the time. I've never really like made things easier for me. Like, I've always just did whatever. Like this house, for example. Like, if I wanted a drink of water, I would climb up there, get a cup, go to the sink, get some water. I mean, yeah. Well, where's the No, there are no cups. Oop, I'll just eat bags. Drink of water. Refreshing.